Greetings, Benjamin J from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. Well, an old Marx double reduction motor. I got this, I don't know, some time ago. Anyway, one of the problems with these motors is there is no mount for a headlight at all. There's no provision for a headlight at all. So there is no easy way to add a headlight to this until now. Anyway, I posted a video not long ago of a modified bobby pin that you can just slide onto the front of the E-unit. And in this case, the E-unit doesn't work. When I got this motor, the coil in this E-unit is open, so it was never going to run again. So if you encounter a bad E-unit, the only choice you have to get it to run is either completely dismantle the motor and replace the E-unit or repair it, or do the bypass. If you want to do the bypass, it's a simple two-wire job. Run power to the rear of the coil, run the front of the coil to the brushes, the motor will run forward. But in this case, no provision for a headlight. Now, I designed a quick slip-on that you could make using a bobby pin, and I did exactly the same thing in this case, but I used a piece of a hacksaw blade, as you can see. Just an old hacksaw blade. Heat it red hot, destroys the temper, that way you can bend it. And I just bent a loop with a leg sticking out, and I've got the bulb soldered directly to it, as you see, with a wire coming off the end terminal that goes to power on the motor. So to install this, of course, you simply just slide it into position on the E-unit, as you see, and then connect your power. Let me grab a pair of pliers so I can manipulate that, I think. All right, and I'm just going to attach the power wire directly there. All right, so let's put this on the inside rail. So as you see, we now have a working headlight on a Marx motor that did not come equipped with one. Really simple, only takes a couple minutes to make it. Same principle as using the bobby pin, it's just this is a lot more rugged. And once you slide that onto that E-unit and connect that power wire, it is never, ever going to come off of that. And you drop this into a shell, no one would ever know that that isn't an added headlight. But as you see, it works. It's simple, it's efficient, it's easy to do, only takes a minute. Best of all, it gives you a headlight on a locomotive that did not have one. And that bulb is soldered directly onto that connector. But even so, this bulb is going to last very likely the rest of my life. I mean, these things don't burn out very often. But as you see, it works. It works absolutely perfectly. And you can do the same thing with an LED if you want. The point is, it gives you a really, really simple way to add a headlight to a motor that did not have one. And again, it just literally slides directly onto the E-unit, as you see. Power goes over to power coming off the rail, and you have an instant headlight that is up and running. As you see, it works. It works absolutely perfectly. And like I said, you can do this bypass. And if you're worried about destroying the E-unit, this E-unit does not work. The center coil, main coil on the E-unit is open. So this is never going to work again. However, if you want to pull this thing apart, literally gut the motor, take the E-unit out, you can replace that coil, or you can just replace the entire E-unit. The point being, if you find a defective E-unit with that coil open, this motor is never going to run again. Never, no matter what you do, it's never going to run again. So you only have two choices. Completely gut the motor and replace the E-unit, or bypass it. Run power to the rear of the coil, run the front of the coil to the brushes, and it is up and running. This thing will run literally the rest of your life. There is nothing to go wrong with this motor now at all. And of course, it now has a working headlight as well. So anyway, I just want to do a quick video on this. As I always stress, don't overlook the junk. If you can pick up a Marx motor just because it doesn't run doesn't mean it's never going to. And if you have to bypass the E-unit, bypass it. You can always replace it. It just comes down to how much work you want to do. If you want to completely gut this motor to replace that E-unit, it only takes a few minutes to do it if you have the parts and the tools to do it with. In my opinion, if the E-unit is bad on a Marx motor, it's a lot easier just to bypass it than it is to completely dismantle this motor, spend the money to replace or repair that E-unit, and then put it all back together again. So, in any case, just a really, really simple way to mount a headlight on this E-unit. It just slides on. It's an old hacksaw blade, as you can see. Power wire is soldered directly to the rear of the bulb, and it goes over to power coming off the track. So, just a quick video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.